In the 10th episode of my Vocaloid Extra series, I discussed a unique group of Japanese voice synthesizers known as the Macne family. It is a group of voice synthesizers created for Japanese Mac OS X computers. With the surge of Vocaloid popularity in 2007 and 2008, Japanese OS X users wanted to get involved. But the Vocaloid software would not begin supporting OS X until last year. utauyukoyasashine would begin supporting OS X sooner than Vocaloid, but it still took a while. So in 2008, a voice actress named Ikizawa Haruna got together with some people, and they created the first character in the Macne series, Macne Nana, who was released in March of 2009. However, Nana was neither a Vocaloid nor an utauyukoyasashine voice bank, as she was originally created to be used with OS X specific software, such as GarageBand. This meant that Nana was quite rough and, compared to Vocaloid and the better utauyukoyasashine voice banks, lacking in quality. But Nana was still able to forge a fandom for herself and the subsequent Macne characters, who consist of two older sisters, a younger sister and her alter ego, and their father. These characters all have their own voice banks, and if you'd like to hear them, you should check out that episode I made about the Macne family. Today, we're going to focus on Nana herself, the first Vocaloid of the new year of the horse. I meant horse. As I said, last year the Vocaloid software began supporting Apple Macintosh computers running OS X, with Mac-compatible voice banks being labeled Neo products. I don't know who approached whom, but it was during this period of developing the Mac version of the Vocaloid 3 editor that Yamaha and the people behind the Macne series came to an agreement. Macne Nana would be given a Vocaloid test voice bank, and if it met Yamaha's quality standards, Nana would become a Vocaloid. Since we're here, it shouldn't be a surprise that she did indeed pass that test, and Macne Nana was released by B-Plats on January 31st, 2014, making Nana our first Vocaloid for the year. Even if you're a big-time Vocaloid fan, Nana might seem like she's come out of nowhere, but as I said, she's been around for almost 5 years. She simply wasn't very popular outside of the small Japanese Mac fandom, though she did gain a lot more exposure and attention when she was updated and released as Macne Nana 2S, which included an utauyukoyasashine-compatible voice bank. Being utauyukoyasashine-compatible made Nana much more accessible, and the improvement to her voice bank didn't hurt either. However, Macne fans resisted a lot of the attention from the utauyukoyasashine fandoms, as many utauyukoyasashine fans simply saw the Macne characters as nothing more than utauyukoyasashine voice banks, and the Macne fans wanted to keep them distinct and special. And yes, you heard that correctly. Macne Nana was an utauyukoyasashine voice bank and then became a Vocaloid, which is the first time that has happened. I know this has disappointed a lot of Kasane Taito fans, but I think Taito is quite happy where she is. Reportedly, no money was exchanged in the Yamaha-Macne partnership, but I assume that the Macne team receive a respectable cut of the sales. Though Nana has an utauyukoyasashine voice bank, which is still available for sale for around $11, her Vocaloid voice bank is a completely new recording and is of much higher quality. Interestingly, it was decided to also give Nana an English voice bank. These two voice banks can be purchased as a bundle or separately, and this is the first English voice bank created by B-Plats. Since Miss Ikizawa is not a native English speaker, you'd be right in assuming that Nana's English voice bank is not aimed at Western markets, despite being available as a separate purchase. Nana even has an amusing American outfit for promoting her English voice bank, which obviously caters to the Japanese stereotype of Americans. I know it was a sad day for me when I had to hang up my 6-shooters for good. Though Nana's character design was heavily inspired by Miku, as Nana is a young teenage female singer with green hair and a skirt, the Macne developers gave her a profile and personality as well. Nana is an energetic, perhaps even bubbly, optimist, but very clumsy and a bit of an airhead. She's around 15 years old, and as the Macne series grew, she became the middle sister of the Macne family, which runs a restaurant called Macne Cafe. You'll often see the number 7 associated with Nana simply because Nana is one way to pronounce the number 7 in Japanese. As for her voice banks, Nana's original 2009 release was very simple. It was created for software that weren't specifically designed for voice synthesis, so it didn't have very many samples. It was also very high-pitched, almost to Alvin, Simon, and Theodore levels. But her 2S release was a big improvement and lowered the tone of her voice a bit, as well as giving it more depth and more samples. The Vocaloid voice banks are modeled after this 2S version, but of course are completely new recordings and much more complex. Nana is designed to be used in the higher octaves, where her voice sounds kind of like a mix between Rin and Aoki Lapis to my ears, and she has received a lot of positive feedback about how cute her voice is. But I am most impressed with her voice when she sings in lower tones. It sounds much more when she sings a little deeper. I also think she does very well with slower songs despite clearly being designed for cheery pop-style music. As for her English voice bank, it's certainly not something a Western Vocaloid producer needs to run out and buy. It's not bad, but it's for the benefit of Japanese users. For example, B-Plats noticed some pronunciation problems with the English voice bank during development, but when they tried to correct some of them, they felt that it made Nana's voice sound less natural. They wanted Nana's voice to retain a natural quality, so some of the pronunciation errors remain. In particular, Nana has a difficult time with R sounds, as they often sound like L's. This can be fixed by producers, but it's something you'll definitely notice in her English voice bank songs. Despite this, Nana is available on the English Vocaloid store, and there's even a physical copy available on the English site, which is pretty uncommon. The physical copy for us international folks will set you back around $208 plus shipping though. The digital versions are $109 for the Japanese voice bank, $130 for the English voice bank, and $176 for both. And of course, Nana supports both OS X and Windows.
つけもなぜそんな寂しいの、その哀れな怪物見られないただ嫌うずっと叫ぶ言葉はほらサーカスモンスター。当然に全てが急速に変わるオイル切れの間焼けつくような胃の中全てがそう嘘なら本当によかったのにね。君の首を絞める夢を見た光の溢れる昼下がり君の細い喉が跳ねる間を泣き出しそうな目で見ていた。各いうところにさ飛び込んでみたいと思う。真っ青な光に包まれた綺麗さ頃に絵本で読んだまだ見ぬ世界のお話。大人になったら行ってみたいな世界一周の旅へ。東の国からやってきた社会勉強中のお姫様やお札を使ったいたずらは大好きな技術師と友達になりたいの。竜の背に乗って旅に出てみよう。あの地平線の彼方はどうなってるの。太陽が昇る場所へ月の帰る場所へどこまでもいつまでも夢見てたい。君を手に乗せて青空をかけよう。雨雲も雷も追い払ってしまえ。ちっぽけな悩みなら吹き飛ばせてあげる。I never felt this empty before, and if I ever need someone to come along, who's gonna comfort me and keep me strong? We are unrolling the boat of fate. The waves keep on coming and we can't escape. But if we ever get lost on our way, the waves will guide you through another day. 遠くで息をしてる透明になったみたい。暗闇に思えだけど目隠しされて